Yup. What up? Truth be told, episode something. I'll get back to that later. I don't really know, man. No Mercy gonna jump in a minute. I got the esteemed, the charismatic, the articulate. Let me know when I can stop with the adjectives. I got a bunch of adjectives for this man, you know.
Esteemed
RB's only RB is here with us, man. What's good, King?
Yo, my man Pay, Mercy was good. Trap House, New York, and all that. I'm here, homie. Appreciate y'all having me. What's a good word, my guy?
Oh man, shit, man. Just want to catch up with you. You got the Maxout event coming up, man. Just give them the info real quick on that.
Oh yeah, you already know April 3rd is going down. Y'all make sure y'all go to rarebreedent.com, lock in your live pay-per-view, and make sure you grab your ticket to be in the building if you want to be at the Believe Music Hall in Atlanta. It's going down something major, man. We're about to put this movie on.
That's it. What's the capacity going to be for the building? They let y'all rock 100% or they cap the percentage on it?
Oh, nah, we in Atlanta. Ain't no caps. Ain't no caps. Ain't no caps. You want to pull up, you good. Well, you know, that's based on how things go. But if you want to be there, you can try to lock that in.
Right. Let's get right into it, man. You know what I mean? I know you're a busy man, so let's get right into it, man. A legendary face-off was just put out, over 1 million views, 1.5 mil last time I checked. The tension in the room, man. For those who just question it, man, yo, was that real? Was that staged? Was niggas who was just trying to hype the fight? Like, what was that about?
Hey, what you think it was?
Look pretty real to me.
When you read the body language and all that, what you think?
Look pretty real to me, you know what I mean? But you know, from the man that was there.
Nah, look. First of all, I totally, as a platform owner, you've been in the game just as long as me. I'm in full-fledged support of us providing entertainment to the fans. You know what I'm saying? That means like, we got to get behind the scenes, take two people that hate each other, make sure they're on the same page so that we can deliver a good show. I'm all about that. You know what I'm saying there's a lot of WWF that goes from battle rap to provide entertainment, but usually that's pretty clear to the fans. One thing I would never do though was cook up a fake fight. Never try to be a part of cooking up for the sake of sales, but I think we all know those two guys' personality. I think it's real easy to see that wasn't cooked up. Even before the face-off dropped, it was behind the scenes footage that was dropping. And y'all see we there trying to calm things down. We was all trying to negotiate how he's going to handle the situation and everything. You see clips of me even talking about, damn, if we even going to drop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just out there even before the face-off was released. I was on the mind state in the midst of an emotion. Like, we got to vote this. I need to see the footage back yet. I was like, just whatever that footage looked like, I'm pretty sure we have to vote it. Both artists down for the drop, so we went with it. We just didn't know it was going to turn out to be the best face-off ever on cam like that. But completely organic, 1000%. Oh shit! They go to frozen peso. There you go. You back?
Good. Yep. So, question, man. You got one of probably the biggest main events in battle rap history, man.
Salute.
What's it like dealing with the people who's trying to act like they don't see what's going on with RBE right now? Because there's a lot of that people. I peeped a lot of that shit happening right now.
It's comes with it's the nature of the business, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's not the first time it's happened. It won't be the last time it's happened. You know, you don't beg for anybody's co-sign in this game. We don't beg. We don't look for no validation. You know what I'm saying? We don't beg for no support from people that don't want to support us. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just make sure that we check our lists, spot them, got them, we identify them, and we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we got a job and we got work to do. I mean, if you choose to partake in big moments in the battle rap culture, then you're probably a battle rap fan. Choose not to do that for whatever personal reasons. Spot them, got them. I'm not covering that support. It is what it is.
I dig. I see you said, you know what I mean, the Hitman Holla Cassidy battle came about from both of the opponents, or both of the possibilities of prior opponents not being able to fall through. Was it difficult to get them to agree to the battle? Were they both like, yeah, let's do it immediately?
Immediately. I want to say both of those guys, Hitman was in discussion since probably like December. as far as his next battle with the conversations, different points. Cassidy was in discussions probably since like January-ish, maybe late January, something like that. But when they finally, got the call for, them two as each other's opponent, I want to say that business and everything got locked away in maximum 3 days, something like that. I mean, a battle of that magnitude, 3 days is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So two extremely easy guys to work with, two guys that know what they want out of a battle, want to know what they wanted out of the matchup, or out of the business situation. Of course, RBE had a lot to put on the table and negotiate. We had to make the situation make sense for them as well. So between all three sides, man, it was pretty straightforward. I mean, you call Hitman, you say the name Cassidy. He was like, oh, shit, yeah, I didn't think about that. I wouldn't call Cassidy. You say Hitman. Like, what he's saying in his interviews is really him. He's like, I don't got no picks. Like, you want Hitman? Like, that's who's on the plate. So real easy to match those two guys up. Real talk.
What happened when the cameras went off at the face-off? What happened after the camera stopped?
Shit, when the cameras was off, y'all see that footage? We thought the cameras was off when the footage that y'all see. That's really crazy. Like 90% of what's supposed to be off camera, y'all really have seen between the combination of a couple videos that went on Hip Hop is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame. It really was after the face-off and after shit went up and we realized like, all right, it's a wrap. Like you hear me say it towards the end, it's like, it's not giving up, but I realized like it's just out of control at this point. I'm not gonna be able to contain these two guys to get them to sit back down and conduct the face-off any further. So you hear I say clearly, that's it, it's done, it's over, it's over. That's the point why I took Cassidy out the building. If you listen closely, all three of us, you know what I'm saying? So if you listen closely, when I step outside with Cassidy, you still hear my voice, you still hear Cassidy's voice at times because it's all mixed in the audio track. You know what I'm saying? So you still hear my voice outside a little bit on the microphone, and you hear me saying, yo, that's it, it's all good. Yo, whose truck is this? Like somebody like because he had pulled up in two trucks. So like somebody put him in the truck, just take Cass out of here. Because I don't, of course, Cass is down to stay. He's like, ain't nobody running me out of here. Like, I'm down for whatever. And I'm like, nah, it's my decision. I'm asking your peoples to put you in the car and take you away. I'm trying to get these guys away from each other.
But let me ask you this real quick, though. Like, because you done had some very tense situations happen on the stage and around RBE events. How do you keep it from going to that next level as a league owner?
Man, it's just as much containment as possible. Like you see battles like Show Up and Math. Everybody's waiting for that to go left. You see Math and Serious. You see Math and Hollow. That was a tense moment when them two dudes came up on stage with Math. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollow's ex-partners or whatnot. It's like, let's go on. A lot of tense moments. Shit, me and Arsenal, I guess you could say, me on the same show. You know what I'm saying? A lot of tense moments up there. But I think it just comes down to professionalism and people having that last little, you know what I'm saying, piece of reserve. Like, yeah, I'm down to do something. I can do something. I would do something. But I'm going to stop that last little spot right there. I'm not going to do it. And then also, I'm a real big proponent of the energy of the environment and the people that's there. I've never carried myself like that. I've never carried myself on some ignorant shit. Like, you don't see me in blogs and videos and everything coming off like, yeah, we getting it rocking. Somebody got a problem. Like, I don't come off like that. I don't talk like that. And believe it or not, my energy, my personality, RBE's character, our personality as a platform, it bleeds into the whole environment. This is why sometimes people come to me and say it feels like this is sometimes why we end up with a different feeling crowd at times. This is reasons why people look at us and have a different type of expectation as far as, like you said, when you introduce me, etiquette and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's infectious. You know what I mean? Like when you're around, it's no different than you walk in, you know what I'm saying, down the block of your hood and bump into one of your people. You're going to talk a certain way. But if I go walk you into a corporate office and revolt, you know what I'm saying, you're probably going to sound a little bit different. You're going to tighten up your ways a little bit because you understand the environment for a different type of energy that you got to put out. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like the type of energy that we put out is so infectious that even the battlers at times, they're reminded like this is a more professional environment. These are humble guys or whatever. You know, I'm not what you know I can. So it's a little easier to calm people down when it's just that type of environment. I think other than that, if it wasn't on that type of time, it would have popped off a million times because you were mine. I'm not wearing a t-shirt, but I can't stop Cassidy and Hitman. They decide to all out charge each other next week. You know what I'm saying? I would need help, niggas jumping in, grabbing them and all of that type of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that energy was like that fine line that was able to stop it. I think those other factors included. So shout out to them for being professional. You know what I mean? Getting to the point where they can give y'all the best face-off of all time, but not jeopardize April 3rd. So shout out to those two guys.
So after face-off, just for the public record, on both their ends, it's clear that they're gonna have a professional battle. They left that bullshit at the face-off, and we moving on to 3 rounds of battle rap.
Yeah. We definitely moving on to 3 rounds of battle rap. I've had plenty of conversation with both of them since then. Business conversations with both of them, after party conversations with both of them. We wouldn't be talking about no after party business situation, all that type of stuff if we wasn't talking about finishing the battle. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of conversations I'm still having with Holla. I'm still having with Cassidy. We talking about what we doing after the battle at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like we looking forward to a fun night, a fun day, period. You know what I mean? So it's totally not on that type of time. Now, for the sake of their energy though, and you know how their energy can go up. We're not going to jeopardize them this upcoming Friday having to go through that again on our face-off that we're going to be streaming on the channel. They will both be in the building, but we're going to bring them into the stream separately. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to try to get them to give the fans another face-off when they just gave y'all almost leaning towards 2 million views. They just gave y'all that. We don't need to try to put them in a position to try to do that again for y'all. It's too much. You know what I mean? Then they're gonna start screaming WWF at that point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're not gonna do that. But you know, when they both like you speak to one of them, they're like, yo, I see red now. So like this nigga's dying April 3rd on that stage. Speak to the other one, he's like, yo, I got a bunch of new material now. They on some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? These are 2 big businessmen. You know what I mean?
I got you. You did some quarantine battles, you did a couple of events, but then you got low for a little minute. One thing I know about you, when you get low, you got some shit cooking up. What was it like to hold it down? What was it like for you to hold it down, knowing you had this bomb ready to release to the battle rap world?
Comes easy to us. We're excited, you know, as platform owners because you know, we got some shit on the way. We fans like anybody else. We're like, damn, we can't wait till the rest of the battle rap community sees this. We can't wait to get to the day and see these matchups that we got coming. We fans, we got business tied in. We want to get. Nah,
nigga, you being humble, yo. I know you be like, yo, I got some shit about to lay on these niggas.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. But you know, as far as like you said, the holding it down aspect, it comes easy because you know there's always something on every card that we've done that makes us excited. Now, of course, this is a different animal because we know that this is gonna go outside of battle rap. This is a whole different level of eyes. It's 2 of the biggest names ever on to take a stage, you know, actually as opponents. It's not like one big guy and one smaller guy. It's 2 titans, 2 heavily drawn titans. So we was excited as shit, but there's still business, there's still a rollout that we have to stick to. For example, you know, sticking to that point. We began our rollout, we had a set schedule. You know what I'm saying? Even Cassidy wasn't to even start talking at a certain point yet to have him not start off too early. Let's let the trending sit in, the nationwide trending sit in. That's a whole layer of promotion that you let go. You don't need to jump on top of that. Let Cassidy be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Hitman Holla, he started talking a little bit. He had the top tier this and everything. He was outside. And it even got to the point where I've seen a couple blogs talking about like, oh, Cassidy's not promoting because it's on RBE. And I'm watching some of this stuff biting my tongue. Like his schedule is Drink Champs coming up, Hot 97 coming up, an interview with RBE coming up, a promotional run on all the regular well-known battle rap platforms. I'm just sitting back quiet, but to stick with the rollout. Then you saw, you know, the double impact card, the full card being released. And I had a lot of people texting me, I had a lot of people tweeting me, oh shit, you might as well release the whole card now. He's like, oh, we have a rollout plan. and we stuck to our schedule, battle by battle, as we continued our rollout and what we already had decided for coming outside with our card. So I say all of that to say, yeah, it's exciting, but you got to have a rollout plan. You can't just try to book and just, oh, throw this out. Y'all fucking with it. It's a well-organized plan to get this out to the fan. Even the timing of when you announce to when the fucking card goes down. You know what I'm saying? I could tell y'all that some battles been booked for 3 months, but that doesn't mean that we're going to announce it 3 months out. Like, timing is a big part of the rollout. So,
but you gotta be a different nigga in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a financial crisis, in the middle of most leagues trying to downsize and trying to get creative on how they can actually keep this shit going. You got to be a different nigga to book one of the most expensive battles in battle rap history in the middle of a fucking recession, yo. Like, what's going on with you, my nigga? Like,
that you know, so many people will fuck that question right there up and say the wrong shit. So many people would take a question like that and just fuck it up. I'll say this, man. It's been a pandemic. The pandemic's been rough on a lot of people, financially, life-wise, health-wise, all types of stuff. RBE has never stopped working. You know what I'm saying? Actually, there's a lot of people involved in RBE that actually work harder. I'm not talking about battle rap. I'm just talking about in our real lives during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at what's in front of you and try to, capitalize the best that you can. You know what I'm saying? So outside of battle rap, I had one of my most, I'd say, active years, just personally in my business life and in my work life. You know what I mean? Like, I went around the pandemic and figured out how to up my shit crazy. You know what I mean? As far as like staying busy and getting out there and getting to it. And I said all the times during RBE run that we don't depend on battle rap. So we don't depend on battle rap and everybody's still feeding their families and paying their bills. That means that we got shit going on outside of battle rap. You know what I mean? Right. So if we working just as hard, you know, in the pandemic, if not harder, then that still puts us in a position that when we have a decision to do something like Hitman versus Cassidy, we still finance to pull something like that off. You know what I'm saying? We're not sponsored. We've never had a sponsor, not once in the entire 8+ years. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see somebody that could come out of the woodwork and say like, I'm the investor behind that battle. You're not gonna see some commercial in the front of our shit that's gonna say like, let's say exclusive vodka or you know, Al Capone cigarillos. And I wish we did have sponsors, but we don't. So that's a testament to our work ethic outside of battle rap. You know what I mean? So when you see moments like that, we've earned it in our real life to be able to come together, put our little chips together and make cards like this. We've earned it in our real lives. It's our work ethic.
I got you, man. In terms of the rest of the card, man, what is the process like for y'all in terms of matchmaking, man? Because y'all always seem to land some very interesting and dope matchups, man. So how does you and the team sit down and figure out matchmaking for these cards?
Yeah, man, it's I like the fact that 8+ years in, people still ask that. That means that they're like, yo, how do they still do this shit? Like, that means that we still have the same mentality and the same approach, the same matchmaking skills that we've had since 2013. And it's the same formula. It's just the minds of RBE. We see certain things, we see certain timings, we see certain artists, we see certain skill sets. And at the same time, for every battle that y'all see on the card, there's 10 that don't go down. I say that all the fucking time. You'd be surprised at some of the things that didn't end up on this card. Some people, you know, are starting to hear about battles like Iron Solomon versus Mickey Fax. That would have been left field. You know what I'm saying? There's another one that Mac Myron mentioned.
Hold on. We can't breeze past that because that's an epic matchup. What happened with that? Why didn't that happen?
Well, Iron was open to hopping on the card, but opponent-wise, he wasn't really on board for the Mickey match. You know what I'm saying? And that's no discredit to Mickey as a battler, as an artist, as a battle rapper. That's not what Iron was on. He just wanted his return to not be that matchup. He wasn't really into that matchup for the situation, the time for him coming back. So, you know, and that's what happens. Like, you know how this shit go. You know what I mean? There's a lot of battles you might want to do. Somebody agrees, somebody disagrees. It could be a money thing, it could be a time thing, it could be a contract thing, it could be an opponent thing, all types of shit. You know what I mean? There's battles that was on this card for the opponents, like one of Cassidy's opponents, two things: timing and negotiations that wasn't lining up. You know You know what I'm saying? Holla, one of Holla's major opponents that people keep talking about, in my opinion, a lot of that was a timing thing. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens every card, but what we end up with is still that creative matchmaking. We never panic and say, damn, we didn't get what we wanted, so just grab these two random guys and put them together. Everything is looked at and we're able to see within ourselves. That's what it is. We like that.
You know, when I see a lot of things y'all doing on the card, and I don't like to say you because I know it's a team. I know people equate RB to ARP because you're the face of it, but it really is a team. Shout out to the squad, shout out to Lawrence, the whole team. But when I see a lot of things that you are personally vested into, I know there's a love for hip hop there, yo. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Like, where did that come in for that? Where did this dire love in your heart for hip hop come in at?
You don't see behind me?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, where it came from is being born in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? That's where it came from. I'm an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby born and raised in New York. You know what I'm saying? We at some point in your childhood or your teens, you might get into breakdance. I tried to breakdance my ass off. I was jumping off the furniture like a kid and play like the next kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there doing the Running Man, the WAP, and all that type of shit. I'm watching fucking Soul Train. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just how we come up. There was a part of my life where I tried to get into graffiti. You know what I mean? I got friends that DJ from childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote a couple raps as a kid. Never was good at it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the same guy that was like running to the store on my bike, trying to get a cassette tape of like, you know, Only Built For or Das Effects or shit. I keep it real. Should I even have Vanilla Ice shit? You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of cassette tapes. I mean, if it was popping, you know what I'm saying? As a kid, I was on it. And it just becomes a part of your life. Like I say all the time, hip hop is not a music form. First of all, it's got all those other elements, like once again, breakdancing, DJ, hip hop, MCing, graffiti. You know what I mean? But even the way we dress, even the way we talk, we're just raised in it. And I'm no different. I'm no fucking different. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fast forward, of course, battle rap is just another leg to hip hop. Right. It's just an acapella competitive form of hip hop, even though almost all hip hop was almost always competitive, whether it was the beatbox shit, or beatboxing, or just house party type of vibe. Like, it was always competitive. I mean, battle rap is just that next layer and dimension as we see it today. So, just born into this shit, man. It's just a hip hop head 80s baby.
I dig it, man. What's it like for you, man? Because you know you always a consummate professional. You always on point. You always stand up solid, nigga, man. What's it like for you to stay 10 toes down in a game that's 90% suckers?
Not easy at all. It's probably higher than 90.
Yeah, I was being nice. I'm gonna keep it alive. Yeah. I was being nice. My number is really at about 96.2% suckers, to be honest with you. But I was being nice with 90%.
Yeah, it's not easy. You got to deal with leeches. You got to deal with liars. Everybody want what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of selfishness. You know what I mean? Like. You could be made out to be the bad guy for even doing the right thing. Then you also got, you know, a lot of gripes that one time you say no. You know what I'm saying? You got all types of shit. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of sucker tendencies in this game, and the higher up you move, the harder it is to deal with, because like you take me, like you mentioned, like I'm the face of Rare Beat Entertainment. And the higher up that RBE moves, the more people that I end up interacting with, from sponsorship possibilities, from bloggers to media to battlers. If you DM me about an opportunity, you're probably gonna get me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you deal with all these different personalities that I gotta interact with, and you just gotta prepare yourself for the differences, different personality types, sucker shit, thieves, liars. There's good people mixed in there, so you gotta prepare yourself for all of it. Yeah, I mean, so you know, you just have to brace yourself for being in those situations where all of a sudden you're back or somebody
Yo,
I mean, like it's just part of it. It's not an easy game. It's part of it.
I seen some shit. This was public information. I'm not saying no shit that's behind the scenes. Sue Surf was on Clubhouse. Him and King Los was going back and forth. I don't know if you caught wind of that.
Yeah,
he brought up the fact that, you know, he had turned down some. I don't want to say the number because I forgot the number, but it was a big number. But he said he turned it down due to his allegiance with Smack, right? My question to that is not trying to bring up the shit with you with Smack. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You talk about that shit all the time. My question is, why do you think he would even take the conversation if he had loyalty to another brand? I was confused about that shit, yo.
Because he was just talking. He was just talking, you know, and I said that in my blog, you know, and it was kind of sarcastic in place because me and Surf don't have a problem. We actually rock behind the scenes. Before my blog addressing that, not the King Low shit, but his Hip Hop Is Real interview. Before that blog dropped,
right, that's what I'm saying. To keep it in context, ARP, the King Low shit happened probably a month ago, so this happened way down the line after that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same Surf. It's the same Surf.
Yeah.
Yeah, when them cameras is on or whatever, he's gonna come off like RBE's an enemy and you know URL life and all that. You know, like there's plenty of times where Surf has hit me up for battles. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hit me up.
Hold on, let's be clear. There's plenty of times where he said Surf hit you up for battles.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing. It's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. Like there's nothing wrong. Like I'm a platform owner. He's a well-known battler. Let's get this money together. You know what I'm saying? So the theatrics of the public stuff, you know, it's fun at times, and I get where some of the energy comes from in the public alliances, and probably some of his real world alliances as well. Like who am I? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like there's a lot of that's just, you know, it's just for the cameras.
Manufactured WWE shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's just for the cameras. I mean, so.
but you did jump on Twitter the other night, and you said you got a list of haters in the file on this event, and you might summer jam screen niggas at the event. How close are we to making that happen?
50-50. 50-50. So Believe Music Hall got this big ass jumbotron type screen behind the stage, right behind the DJ stage, and you know, we're gonna be setting up in there and start going over some of the tech stuff. We're going to Vegas into the building Thursday before the event, and we're gonna be making sure that we have full access to that screen and the capabilities of being able to shift and turn and run certain things on that at the drop of a dime. Of course, I want to be running RBE promotion on that, sponsorships, and those, you know, continue to mount up, shot this field, and that. So I don't even know where we at with that. Even RBE battles, maybe even other league battles. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll build up a nice reel for it. But I had that idea. You know,
who we gotta pay on the side to get a Trap New York logo up there?
Yeah, why not? You know, I was being a little sarcastic, but at the same time, I did think about it because, you know, sometimes the people deserve their little shot back.
One thing I learned about you, my nigga, there's always a percentage of seriousness in your sarcasm. That's one thing I've learned about you, my nigga.
but you want to know what? I just want to say this: if somebody catches the Believe Music Hall screen, you know what I'm saying, don't jump in your feelings because you got a jab back. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's all. Like people take their jabs. Yeah, you know what I mean, and some I respond to, some I'm quiet and I go like this too. You know what I'm saying? But when we have our little moment, you know what I'm saying, and you catch a jab, don't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we take our jabs year round. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, I remember when you did that blog about Surf, he kind of shut up.
He had a couple things to say on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It's Surf. Shout out to Surf, man. People think that me and Surf should have like a face-off or something. You know what I'm saying? It's all in fun.
Well, my thing is this: like, with your responses, nigga, do you have a sheet of bullet points that you go to before you make your blogs? Like, how does your blog response work? Because your breakdown game is immaculate. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, yo.
I appreciate that. Well, it's three things. One is just my born genetic shit. You know what I'm saying? Part of that is, you know, memory. My memory goes real fast to battle rap situations and instances. Somebody could say something, I'd be like, damn, I'm pretty sure he had a interview with No Mercy where he was saying the opposite. I'll remember that. You know what I'm saying? I'll remember shit like that. And the third thing is I absolutely 1000% do have a library of files, like 1000%. You know what I mean? Of you got to protect yourself, unfortunately, in this business. You know what I mean? Like you have to. Video references and times when people said things or did certain things, you know, contracts. Obviously, you got to keep an audit of a lot of shit because we see how small this game is, and people try to turn around.
Let's not leave out the fact though. You a New York nigga, so you got a percentage of pettiness in you too. It's a little bit of petty and all of that too. Now let's not forget that part about it, yo.
Yeah, we all got a little petty to us, you know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this, Pay. I give you $100 cash app. All right. If you do your history, I give you 2 weeks, 2-week time limit. Take 2 weeks, $100. Bet. If you can't go find a scenario where you see one of these blogs come out, and I initiate it and I start.
Yeah.
It's always a defense to myself, a defense to my platform, or some type of accusation or some type of reaction.
Oh yeah. Trust me. No mercy. That sounds familiar, right?
Oh, come on, man. All too familiar with that.
It's always a reaction.
It's the same thing with us all the time. And niggas like to play victim when you bite back.
Yeah, niggas could DM me, you know what I'm saying? You know, we could make that bet, but you can't take any of those blogs that's on the channel and say like, oh, he just decided to just get at somebody. Like, nah, I don't start with people. I don't believe it. I mean,
no mercy, you can jump in at any time. We probably got about 10 more minutes with ARP. You gotta go.
Okay.
But
I do got one question though. What I do want to ask is in terms of the face-off, I noticed as of late you've really been taking the reins and like hosting the face-off yourself. I know before you would have like a D-Rec or a boss chick reign. What makes you say, yo, I'm gonna do the face-off myself?
You want to know what's funny? It's not necessarily picking like, oh, for this particular battle, I'm going to do, for this one, Rain's going to do. Some of that is availability, time, and also where the face-off is. I mean, like if it's in this state and I'm closer to that state and Rain's closer, there's been face-offs that go down on RBE where I wasn't even in the building. You know what I'm saying? J Mills versus K Shine, I'm not even in the building. You know what I mean? Hollow versus Matt, I'm not even in the building. Okay. I'm not even there. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. I mean, and those will always be people that work for RBE, and I got a lot of love for this game. So you're still going to see times where you got me hosting, times where you see Rain hosting, times where you see Direct, or even other people. You know, we had John Rhines do I think that was J Mills versus Ness example. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we give Mercy pay, like let's have fun with it. You know what I mean? But
send us in there. Please send us in there.
Yeah. One thing I just got to be careful of going forward, because, you know, RBE's traction for some of our face-offs and some of our battles have gotten a little strong. So I do want the fans to get what they want out of the host. Now, if you got two personalities like a Cassidy and Hitman, the host is going to have an easy job. You can ask one question, but just do the intro and then let them argue. You know what I'm saying? For 20 minutes. But if you got personalities where you got to pull the information and the charisma out of them a little bit, that's where the host has to be better. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that we continue to at least have hosts on that do a decent job. I'm not the greatest host in the world neither, but people tend to ask for me a little bit, so I try to do the best job I can. So you're still gonna see a different face.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said the wind in your mic is crazy.
Who, me?
Yeah. I think it's like
I'm outside, so it is what it is. I don't know what niggas want me to do. I can't turn the wind down. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, you know what I mean?
I guess when you're not talking, you can mute your joint.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to wrap it up anyway, though.
Yeah.
But
I got I got 2 more questions actually.
Yeah. So let me do my last one, then you do your 2, and then we'll wrap it up. I see you and Uncle Rod talking. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Shout out to Uncle Rod. Was there some confusion about the footage they put out after the face-off? Like, because I sent this to people, like, y'all wasn't on the same page with that. So what happened with that?
Yeah, what happened was that the fans saw that footage. They saw the angle that it was from, and they went after 15 Minutes of Fame. Like, they was just like, yo, that's some grimy shit. You know what I mean? Like to put that out and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong. We didn't know that footage was being captured. You can tell, like, nobody's looking at that camera. It's kind of a little bit from the cut. We didn't know that footage was being captured at that moment. But Uncle Rod did do the right thing. He did put that call in. And the call that he put in is like, yo, I got some footage. Heavy Bad's going to edit it up or whatever. He's going to chop it down. He's going to put it on his channel and send it to you unlisted so you can see it. I did see it initially, and then I had the proper conversations with Holla. I didn't have a conversation with Cassidy because Cassidy wasn't in it. But I spoke to Holla, and Holla was like, nah, he wanted everything out. He's even saying that in some of the footage that's dropped on Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame. And his position on that was like, I want people to see that after as well, because you hear me explaining myself. Yeah, I mean, because Holla, not Holla, I said Holla. Holla knows he got a reputation at times. Like sometimes Holla feels like he gets blamed for things that's not his fault. So in his mind, he was like, listen, when this comes out, they're not gonna blame me for nothing. This face-off going left. I want them to see the beginning, the face-off, the aftermath. He was like, don't edit my shit. He was adamant about
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cassidy talked that tough shit first. I'm gonna keep it 100. I watched it 3 times. It was definitely Cassidy that took it left. So that's my person. I know you can't say nothing. I know. I'm gonna keep it 100 though. That's what happened, though.
Yeah, I Mercy, no position or who started it at all. I'm not doing that. But yeah, but that's what that was about. It was relighted on the RBE and Hitman side, and that's why it went out. But it was recorded on some like without now, and it looked like that. That type of footage from somebody cut. So I think people started getting that 15 minutes of fame, and that's why Uncle Rod, during our sit down, that's one thing he wanted us both to do to clear the air, so people didn't think that Uncle Rod just stabbed Hitman or RBE in the back. That's what that was about.
I got you. All right, Mercy, go ahead.
All right. So one of the questions I got, just in terms of as far as like the current climate, right, with the footage dropping on YouTube and everything, URL got the app /caffeine. KLTD, they got Twitch. Right now, I feel like you can pretty comfortably say y'all are the #1 league on YouTube. You feel like that's fair to say?
It's subjective. It's subjective to me. You know what I'm saying? Like last week, we just saw John and Ace Amin drop. Huge main event battle, right, sitting on YouTube. I haven't dropped the battle since we finished off the Mask on 2 releases. You know what I'm saying? So it's subjective. I think the differences in the culture amongst platforms and leagues, people pay a lot of attention to. Who's battling where, who's on what type of platform, how people release their footage, how people promote, whatever. I think that's real out there for people to pay attention to. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is we're just doing what we've been doing since day one, since our very first card. It just happened to be on a platform that other leagues, have ventured away from for the time being. That's the way I see it. It's not no takeover for us. All these platforms and leagues that's still out here is well within their means to drop footage on YouTube, just like Bullpen just did. It's just that RBE is still there. You know what I'm saying? So because we're one of the larger platforms out there and we're still basing our content on YouTube, I think that's why people is talking about that.
So what I want to ask is are there any plans to be like maybe having that do a partner with a streaming service, anything like that? Or y'all want to just keep it, to where the essence is at, basically?
Could be, and that's why I never shit on being off of YouTube. That's why I never shit on it, because at the end of the day, somebody could approach RBE. Like I've had conversations with the source that's getting into streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that's hitting me up like, yo, I want to partner you into Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that there's any ink going around with these 2 other opportunities, but if the right opportunity comes to RBE, I don't want to be the guy that's got interviews and blogs out there saying like, yo, if it ain't YouTube, it ain't rocking. And then somebody comes to RBE like, nah, this is going to be good for your brand. It's going to be good for your success. It's going to be good for your fan base. And then it's like, oh, yeah, we doing that then. Nah, we're going to do what's best for the platform, the battlers that battle on our platform, and the fans that got to support our platform. That's what the decision is going to come down to. It's just that right now, the best decision for us that's in front of us is YouTube. That's all.
Okay. So the last question I want to ask is in terms of the 1SKs.
Shit. This is the worst question of the whole joint. Y'all check out niggas
later. Word. Like what are we doing, my nigga? Like
this is the worst question of the whole shit.
Nah, but this is what I asked Lawrence about this as well. But what I did want to ask was, are there any plans just in terms of continuing to further elevate the 1SKs and put them in position the way y'all did, with other talent that came through?
Yeah, so I knew the reason why I said y'all, for anybody that's not in the loop, why this question right here was the worst one, is because these 2 niggas get at me all the time behind the scenes. Because they got a lot of up and coming great talent, and they be like, sometimes they see certain things, and they be like, yo, what about this? Like, what's going on? So I know where y'all are coming from with it. And I always told y'all behind the scenes, I respect y'all and I'm on board with y'all to a limited capacity. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the same time, let me answer the question directly.
But what I do want to clarify though, what I do mean is just in terms of like the 1SKs that do happen, and they, let's say they have a good battle, like the Larry the Bull versus Dev the Demon. I'm pretty sure based on their performance, people might want to see them higher up on cards and battling against, you know, like the vets and things of that nature. So that's what I'm asking in terms of like
Larry, Dev, LL Cool G, KT, shit, I've seen some amazing 1SK guys. Shit, Easy the Block Captain had a 1SK. Yoshi G had a 1SK. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen some amazing talent come through the 1SKs. I do think that there's a lot of
gotta shout out my nigga J2. I'm sorry, I gotta shout out J2 though real quick.
J2 had a crazy 1SK with Yoshi. It's one of our best 1SK battles. You know what I'm saying? I think that we just need to do a better job after the fact, after some of these guys come through. I think the best way to do that, and something that we need to start to push forward for, it's not going to come in the fashion of saying, all right, we just did, you know, the Maxout card, and then 3 months later, we're going to do Maxout 2, and now somebody that won a battle on Maxout 1 is coming back in a 3-rounder. It's got to be more than that. I think the growth, the channel, the reputation, the viewership of RBE has earned a quote-unquote subdivision. Now, we've always put the 1SKs caught up in the whole mix, where it's like the payoff for those guys is that you're swept up in the viewership of these big cards. You could be somebody that's unheard of, and you could be the intro of the Cassidy and Hitman battle when we start to release them. You could be on that stream and that stage with Cassidy and Hitman next Saturday. That's exactly what we've done every card.
Yeah, because we got to usher in new talent, my nigga. We definitely got to start to usher in new talent in the game. Man, we gonna be stuck saying the same old forever, man. My phone about to die, so we got to wrap up though. So, ARP, I want to thank you for always being a constant supporter of the trap. You've been one of the people in this game, one of the very few people in this game that showed us love from the very beginning, man. So we thank you for that. And give them the info for the Maxout card, how they can get the tickets, how they get the pay-per-view. Let them know.
Definitely, y'all make sure y'all are in the building or on that live pay-per-view stream. You get both of them at rarebreedent.com. Go make sure that you're secure, because we're making history. We're talking about a nationwide trended face-off, a nationwide trended main event from the announcement. And we can't even forget the rest of the card. The rest of the card is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like look at the rest of the matchups and some of the talent on this card. So April 3rd is going to be an amazing show. It really could equate to one of the biggest moments in battle rap history. It's definitely one of the biggest main events ever. So if we all deliver this shit next Saturday, or for Saturday, April 3rd, it really can be history. It really can be history. So make sure y'all tuned in. Once again, rarebreedent.com. Shout out to the trap. Y'all keep in the loop with us, man, because like I was saying about the 1SK guys, man, it could be like a subdivision that we start to finally branch off. And I think that if we do that, proximity and geographically wise, Lawrence may need help where he can't be. So we're gonna need people to help us coordinate some of this stuff.
We here for that. We here for that. Mercy, take us out of here, Mercy.
Yeah.
All right. That was.
So you already know, y'all. Maxout shit, April 3rd.
That was Truth Be Told, episode 26. ARP, appreciate you coming on, man.
Fellas, I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know.
All right, man.